You are tuned in to Kids in the Pit. Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Ian, also known as the Punk Cellist. I saw you at Fest a few weeks ago in Gainesville, and you played one of my favorite Bad Religion songs, punk rock song. So I ran up to the front to sing along. Thanks for letting me interview you for my podcast. I've never interviewed a cellist before.
Thanks for having me. And I was really stoked when you ran up and started singing along to the words. Even though there weren't really any words, it was sort of like, me just playing the lead part of punk rock song on cello.
Yeah.
And he knew every single word, and he was so into it, and he got everyone in the crowd around him into it. It was a great moment.
Yeah, it was fun. So how old were you when you started playing the cello, and why did you start?
So I actually switched from violin to cello in the summer of going from third to fourth grade. So I was like 9, maybe 10 years old at the
That's
time.
about my age. Well, no, I'm 11 now. I keep forgetting because my birthday is like 2 weeks ago or something. Maybe 3 weeks.
Happy belated birthday. What day is your birthday?
November 3rd.
Oh, cool. I'm the 16th of November. So
nice. So I think I read that you're a student. So where do you go to school and what do you study?
Yeah, so I'm currently finishing up an associate's degree at my local community college, and I'm studying engineering, like computer engineering and software engineering.
Cool. Yeah. So how many cellos do you own, and are they expensive?
Yeah, I have one cello right now. It's actually a rental. When I went to get my first degree, I got a music degree from Berklee College of Music, and my parents, as like my gift, sort of was they bought me a cello, and it was in this case. So I've had this case for a long time now,
wow.
since 2009. So a good amount of years.
That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah. I've had definitely a good amount of time to fill it up, and I've been to a lot of different places, mostly because of music, which is awesome. And so I actually have a bunch more from Fest and the tour that I just did with Garrett Dale. I have a lot more stickers to put on this. I'm about to start going to the back.
Yeah. So you have a YouTube channel like me, but you have way more subscribers. So when did you start your channel, and how do you feel about how popular it has gotten?
It's definitely something you got to plug away at. I definitely started with a good amount of followers, sort of just saying, "Hey, I have a YouTube channel," because of the social media kind of friends that I've had, and all the friends that I've met through music. But I've been posting a lot of videos, and I think just the more you post and the more you stick to it, the more successful it'll end up being.
Yeah, I've watched some of them. They're really good. Like, it's cool how you can just, like, turn it like that. So
Thank
what
you
is your
so much.
favorite? Yeah. So what is your favorite song you've played on your YouTube channel?
That's a good question. A lot of them are really up at the top, but I like the more shreddy songs. So I would say probably a Wilhelm Scream, The Rip, is probably still one of my favorites.
I haven't really heard the Wilhelm Scream, but I saw they did play Furnace Fest, which I did go there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're from my hometown,
cool.
New Bedford. Well, it's kind of where I grew up. I actually was born in hometown is Miami, Florida. I lived there up until I was 10 years old, and then I moved to around the New Bedford area. And then my friends showed me a Wilhelm scream, and they actually recorded at the Descendants drummer, Bill
Yeah.
Stevenson.
Uh-huh.
He records at the blasting. Well, he records at the blasting room, and the Wilhelm scream recorded there for a good amount of their albums.
Oh,
And
yeah, I'll check Wilhelm Scream out. What song should I look up by them, you think?
check out the Rip. I
Okay.
think that's a great one. But honestly, any one of their songs will blow you away.
Okay. So, what song on your channel has the most views?
I think it's either Propaganda, the Propaganda cover I did with punk rockette Emily Plamondon, or The Kids Aren't All Right by The
Oh,
Offspring.
yeah. That's a big
Either
song.
one of those. Love those two.
So, have you ever been to any other countries on tour?
Yeah, so sort of the reason why I got into punk rock is because I played in a band for a while on drums, and I learned a lot of great music from the guys that I played in the band with. And so we toured in Europe, so like a lot of countries in Europe. We started in Belgium, France, Switzerland, the Czech Republic,
Cool.
Germany, and the Netherlands.
Ooh.
And then when I was in high school, I went to Ireland with my orchestra. They'd always do like a trip. They switch off between the band and the orchestra every 2 years or so. And so, yeah, it was a great trip. That was the first time I ever like toured on music. Was actually with my orchestra, because we played at a few different places when we were there. We actually played with the Dublin High School Orchestra and got to meet them, and it was really fun.
Oh, cool.
And then the last place that I went with that band was Japan, and we played there, and that was
Oh,
incredible.
nice. I'm actually going there in January.
Oh, that's great. Have a lot of fun. What
I
part
will.
are you going to in Japan?
Tokyo.
Nice. It's
Yeah,
it's a long flight, but it's worth it.
definitely. It'll be my first foreign country.
Oh, cool. That's a great one to start with. I had a lot of fun. I bet you will too.
You don't bet I will. You know I will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm gonna see Unearth 2 nights in a row there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're
Yeah,
playing.
you're definitely. Yep. I know. You're gonna have a great time then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Very
what was your
cool.
first concert and how old were you?
Well, both my parents are musicians, so I've grown up around music my entire life.
Oh,
So I definitely attribute that, like, being able to be surrounded by music all the time and seeing them perform. And then I think actually though, like my first punk rock concert wasn't until a while later. I think it was actually Yellow Card I saw first. Um, they are like a pop punk band, and I saw them for free at my local college. I think I was probably like 14 or 15
huh.
at the time.
Mine was Bad Religion when I was 9.
Oh, that's so cool.
So,
Where did you see them?
well, I saw them in a couple. Well, my first show was in Orlando because we went there for Disney World, and Bad Religion happened to play like the day we got there, the day after we got there, or something like that. And we also saw them in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is like right out of Washington D.C. And we saw them in Philly because that's pretty much our home base because we live in Delaware.
That's wow. You basically went on tour with them a little bit. That's really cool.
So, what are a few bands that got you into punk or hardcore music?
I would say Propaganda for sure. No Effects. And then actually my local scene, there was like hardcore bands that my friends played in. So I would just like, it was kind of just a thing that we would go out on, on the weekends, because our friends had booked a show at like a VFW hall or like an American Legion hall. And a lot of them were hardcore bands. Actually, Have Heart, the band Have Heart is from my area. And they were a huge influence on a lot of bands in the New Bedford hardcore scene. And even before then, I mean, there was, I think it was the women's youth, what is it, like YWCA, instead of the YMCA. And they would have shows there all the way back into like the late 80s, early 90s. There's actually a few Instagram pages that, excuse me, that document like photos. It was mostly photos. I don't think there was much video from those shows, but there's been some really interesting videos, or at least photos rather.
Wait,
Yeah.
my mom said that my parents met at a Half Heart show in Massachusetts.
No way. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Well, I can I'll say this. I'm going to leak a little bit of info, but I just played with I posted it to my story, so it's not really a spoiler, but we were practicing for something that I won't divulge, but I was playing with Pat Flynn's new project called Fiddlehead. So if you haven't heard of Fiddlehead, that's like the new, it's not really like Half Heart, but Pat Flynn is the vocalist, and his lyrics are always just so meaningful and heartfelt, and he's really he's a great guy. So
it's cool.
Yeah, really excited to be working with them.
Yeah. So it's almost Thanksgiving. Do you prefer turkey or ham? If you're vegan or vegetarian, you can just say neither.
I think I prefer turkey, definitely, like the traditional thing.
I prefer ham, but my dad prefers turkey, so since he cooks it, he chooses it. So what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday actually is Thanksgiving, because it's just like the best food, and usually me and my sister celebrate our birthdays together, because we're 4 years apart, but we're only 2 days apart. So our birthday's on the 18th. So we always celebrate our birthdays together. So it's always nice. We typically have that celebration accompanied with Thanksgiving, with like our extended family, aunts and uncles and stuff. And it's always just a nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
My brother and I also do the same party, because we're 2 years apart, but we have 1 month different birthdays. Well,
nice.
To be exact, a month and 4 days.
That's funny. Glad to know we're not the only ones to do that.
Yeah. My favorite holiday, Halloween, because I just love, it's not even the candy. It's just like dressing up and getting to be a horror, you can be anything. I was Milo from The Descendants, and you can be like a demon or something, and you get to put out like scary decorations. It's awesome.
Oh man, now you're swaying me. I don't know. Maybe that is my favorite holiday. You put up a good argument.
Yeah. And once I saw this video of this guy had like a drone, and they put like one of those like skeletons or something. It was like a Grim Reaper or something, and it had like a hook on it, and they hooked it onto the drone, and then they flew it around.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. Did you see the one where they dressed that like little black dog up in a spider costume, and so they like put the dog in an elevator, and two people who didn't know about it were waiting at the top of the elevator. When the door opened, the dog spider walked out, and they ran.
Oh yeah, I'll have to watch it. So what would you be if you had to wear one Halloween costume every day for the rest of your life?
Oh man. Like, side note, I will say I wore a ninja costume from like when I was 4 to like 8. I was like a streak. I was just only a ninja for like 4 years. I remember that as a kid. But what would I be for the rest of my life if I could only be one? I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I'd probably have to be inflatable dinosaur.
Yes, yes. That's the best bet.
Sweet. I'm glad you approve.
I had one, but I literally put it on and it just popped immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was just a bet. It was like $40 too. Like, I guess it was just crappy.
I would need an invincible one if I was going to have to wear it for the rest of my life.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to keep buying new ones.
Yeah. Not like it just can't. You can regenerate them. That's your superpower. You can regenerate dinosaur costumes. You can just
Perfect.
and they're back. So, what was your favorite movie as a kid, and what is your favorite movie as an adult?
Ooh, favorite movie was probably I really liked Twister when I was a kid. It was like my parents' favorite movie, so they watched it all the time, but I just loved it too. Either that or Poltergeist. Poltergeist was also really, really good. Oh yeah, definitely check out like the original Poltergeist is just great. It's great. And then let me see. Newer movies. I actually heard they're coming out with a tried and true sequel to Twister. I really hope that's happening. But I don't know. Favorite movie lately. That's gonna. I'll come back. I'll come back to that one because I haven't decided on a favorite.
So, if you could tell your 11-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
Tell him to do just keep pushing on and do what you love, and if you do, people will just see it in you, like how passionate you are, and that's really that it takes you a long way for sure.
So, would you like to add anything before we wrap this up?
I just want to say thanks for having me on your podcast, and I hope it grows, and I'll definitely share your stuff because you're definitely doing a really cool thing, and you listen to some great music. So yeah, keep it up.
Yep. So thanks to Ian for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Till next week, bye!
See ya.